Chapter 51. Mongtai visits his family. Silver Moon Villa. With Guhai being the first to go to mourn the old Mana Master. After that, Mo Yike brought young Master An to also come and offer incense to the old Mana Master's remains. After the incense, Mo Yike brought young Master An to talk to Yun Mo for a while. Soon after, the duo also left Silver Moon Villa. What does he think he is, Mr. Mo? This time you and I invited him sincerely on behalf of my grandfather, and he actually flatly refused. His Silver Moon Villa's gookin. No one even wants it anymore. And I've heard that Silver Moon Villa is in chaos as well, with many of the villa's disciples leaving. Young Master An complained. A slow step. Exclusive supply. This Guhai is really something. Mr. Mo, however, smiled faintly. Hey, Mr. Mo. Why do you still care about this Silver Moon Villa? Without the old Mana Master, Silver Moon Villa is simply an ordinary king-casting family. Young Master An frowned. Ordinary, stupid. Mr. Mo shook his head and said, when old Mana Master took over Silver Moon Villa in the past, it was even worse than it is now. But in the end, didn't Silver Moon Villa gain the respect of the world? Even when your grandfather and the great Jin Sage saw the old Mana Master, they were extremely polite. Before the old Mana Master died, he could have said more than once that this Yun Mo's talent for casting kin was even higher than his. And more importantly, he was also a descendant of Emma Silver Moon's bloodline. Mr. Mo shook his head and said, but Yun Mo is still unremarkable now. Who knows, in the future, old Mana Master might be deliberately promoting him. Why do you think your grandfather and the great Jin Sage respected the old Mana Master so much? Why do you think the old Mana Master kneeled down to you and begged for forgiveness before he died? In the first place, Mr. Mo sneered. Me? Because of old Mana Master's temperament. Alas, even if I tell you, you won't understand. You've sort of run off the rails. Mr. Mo sighed slightly. Me, young Master An suffocated for a while. Xiaoyu Villa. Guhai made arrangements after returning from the old Mana Master's memorial service. Shangguan Trace. Mu Chunfeng has promised to leave 2,000 Wood Rudder disciples down, temporarily under your command. For guarding the one piano building on this street. Business-wise, you don't need to worry. I've explained to that group of officials. The Silver Moon City industry. For the time being, you'll be the one to sit in on it. Guhai looked at Shangguan Trace and said, I just swallowed the snake head. Just need to integrate for a period of time. Your Majesty take care all the way this trip. Shangguan Trace nodded and said, I guess, on the 9-5 Islands, the first news from the ancient kin should have come as well. Here are the 3 holy edicts I wrote. When the time comes, give them to me to pass on to the person who came, so that he or she can bring them back to the ancient kin. Guhai handed out the 3 holy decrees and said, Yes. Shangguan Trace nodded. This one holy decree. Give it directly to the person who came to pass it on. Guhai took out another holy decree. The person who came to deliver the message. Shangguan Trace had a slight pang. Yes, you'll know by then, some people, after all, can't stand loneliness. It's good to knock them out from time to time. Guhai laughed. Yes. Shangguan Trace nodded doubtfully. In that case, we'll be leaving soon. Time is running out. Guhai smiled bitterly. You'll know soon enough. Guhai laughed bitterly. After making some more explanations, Guhai, Gu Chen, Long Wanjing, Grandmaster Liu Nian, and Mu Chunfeng, with 1,000 Wood Rudder disciples, hurriedly left Xiaoyu Villa. The day after Guhai left, there was someone who came to the door once again. My name is Mr. Mo Yike's door servant. My master has already set up a banquet and has invited Mergu to go to the banquet. My name is Sima Changkong's retainer. My lord has already set up a banquet. We have an invitation for Mergu to go to the banquet. The 2 messengers handed out an invitation with incomparable respect. And almost at the same time, when handing out the invitation, they also competed with each other. coldly glancing at each other. After that, they were extremely polite to Shangwan Trace. Shangwan Trace looked at the two of them with a bitter smile and said, "I may have to let you two make a trip for nothing. Mergu just yesterday has left Silver Moon City." What? The two were slightly stunned. "But it is so. Do not dare to hide. Thank you both for your kindness. Please take the trouble to accompany Mermo and Mr. Seema on my behalf," Shangwan Scar said with a bitter smile. Above the vast ocean, a flying boat was in the midst of fast speeding. On top of the flying boat, there was a group of brocade-clothed officials standing, and the one at the head was the commander of the brocade-clothed guards of the Great Han Dynasty, Mongtai. "My lord, we'll be arriving at Silver Moon City soon, right? I used to spend years of effort to come to Silver Moon City, but I never thought that the flying boat would be so fast, less than a month, and I'll be there soon," a subordinate respectfully said. "Steer the boat at ease. Don't come to disturb me without my order," Mongtai said in a deep voice. "Yes." That subordinate immediately backed away. Between his hands, Mongtai took out a letter that was sealed with fire paint. Looking at the letter, Mongtai was silent for a while, and finally probed his hand and slightly baked it against the fire paint, and immediately opened the letter. "My lord, that is the Crown Prince writing to the Emperor, right?" The previous subordinate who retreated away was surprised. Mongtai coldly swept his eyes. That subordinate immediately shut his mouth. Mongtai gently opened the letter and read it. "Father, these are the imperial court children, cannot be approved of the sonnets. Let Mongtai will be sent to the Emperor to approve. And secondly, the child recently found, Mongtai this person, recently often with the outer islands of the Patriarch to contact, or have to break away from the Great Han, another cooker of the heart. The child is afraid of analyzing the error. Let Mongtai to send a letter to the father to make a decision." Looking at what the letter said, Mongtai's eyelids fluttered furiously. "Gu, the Emperor is smart. This Crown Prince is also too shrewd. I'm investigating the group of officials, and the Crown Prince actually sent someone to spy on me as well." Mongtai's face was gloomy. Carefully placing the letter into the envelope and baking it again with fire paint, he put it away. "My lord, ahead is Silver Moon City," a subordinate called out. Mongtai nodded, his face still gloomy. "A few months, the Emperor came with a group of people. I don't know what kind of shops were opened. If I want to look for them, I don't know how long I'll have to look for them." Mongtai frowned slightly. "Yes, I can hear that there are 100 million people in this Silver Moon City. If we want to find the Emperor, it's a needle in a haystack," a subordinate worriedly said. "Take your time to find it then," Mongtai said in a deep voice. The flying boat stopped outside Silver Moon City. The towering walls of the city made a group of brocade guards stare in disbelief. Among the brocade guards, some of them were innate realm recruits from the Thousand Islands Sea, and some of them were just mortals. Even if they were cultivators from the Thousand Islands Sea, they had rarely seen such a massive city wall. What a magnificent city wall! Huh, is that the city tower? The citadel seems to have fallen down. Those cultivators are rebuilding the citadel. Are those all formation masters? Do they have to lay formations on every casting of the city's cornerstone? How much does that cost? Yes, my royal casino's business for a few months may not be able to repair this citadel, right? The crowd of brocade guards were in shock. Next to an Immortal crane car owner's man then laughed. "All of you outsiders, right? This city wall construction, but the ancient master personally allocated funds. Do not even spend a cent of the people in the city." "Master Gu, is he rich?" a brocade guard curiously said. "Of course Grandmaster Gu is rich. I heard that this rebuilding requires 3 million top-grade spirit stones. When Grandmaster Gu pays out the money, he doesn't even blink an eye." That Immortal crane car owner laughed. 3 million upper-grade spirit stones. Mongtai revealed a hint of shock. The Royal Casino, it seemed like it had only generated this much revenue for a few months, right? No, It seemed like it wasn't enough. This Master Gu was also too rich, right? Why did Master Gu repair the city building? It was destroyed by Master Gu himself. So Master Gu naturally repaired it himself. I've heard that even a Pequonian realm can't break through this city building. Master Gu should be very strong, right? Of course it's strong. Master Gu's Zither Dao is even unrivaled. Oh, ancient master, who cultivates the Qin Dao? Mongtai said doubtfully. Right, who are you looking for? The immortal crane car owner said doubtfully. We're looking for, I don't know how to say it, Mongtai frowned. Say, there should always be a name, right? The crane car owner said suspiciously. It's called Guhai. Oh yeah, said person you definitely don't know. There's 100 million people in this city. There seems to be another one called Xiaoyu Villa. Have you heard of it? Mongtai asked worriedly. Even if the Xiaoyu Villa was famous, it shouldn't be obvious that there are 100 million people in this city. Forget it. If you can't find it, just introduce us to an inn first. We'll find it slowly. Mongtai frowned. The immortal crane carriage owner looked at the crowd in confusion and said, You're looking for a Guhai, one-piece hall water rudder master. Guhai. The faces of the crowd of brocade guards stiffened. How did you know that? Well, yes, Mongtai said blankly. You're really looking for Master Gu. Who are you, Master Gu? The immortal crane car owner raised an eyebrow and said, Ancient Master, the Grand Master Gu that was mentioned just now, 3 million top-grade spirit stones, spilling them out of his hand. No way. Remember, the Emperor didn't bring that much money to Silver Moon City. Besides, even if he had to, he wouldn't have that much money to bring it. Who are you guys from Guhai? The immortal crane car owner said in a deep voice. The crowd of brocade guards was slightly worried. Why was the immortal crane car boss's expression so gloomy? Also, some of the other people around them were looking at themselves with an unkind gaze. We are servants of the Guhai family, just arrived from the field, looking for the old master. Mongtai frowned and said, Master Gu's family. That boss's gloomy face burst into laughter. Master Gu's family. Come. Do my immortal crane car. Free ride for you. Take my ride. Mine is free. Fuck off. This is what I invited first. Gentlemen, please sit, please get on. The bosses of the surrounding immortal crane cars were all of a sudden polite and incomparable. Among the invitations, this scene looked at the crowd of brocade guards, dumbfounded in general. My master, is he very famous? Mongtai said blankly. Just kidding. Silver Moon City. Who else doesn't know Master Gu? Master Gu just wants to be the city lord. We all raise our hands in favor. That immortal crane car owner said excitedly. City lord. Mongtai said blankly. Yes, if Master Gu wants to be the city lord, the entire city can jointly plead to the current emperor. The immortal crane car owner said excitedly. A group of immortal crane carriages, carrying the cloudy brocade guards, drove towards the city. At the city gates, the guards were ready to register and check, but once they heard that it was Guhai's family who came to visit their relatives, they immediately gave a smiling face and sent the crowd of brocade guards into the city. The last time I came to Silver Moon City, those guards scrutinized me for a half a day, and I ended up spending some spirit stones before I entered the city. A brocade guard frowned. Are you kidding? How dare you extort Master Gu's family? You turn around and give me the portrait. I'll pass it to the city guard system. And pull out that city guard. The immortal crane car owner was instantly furious. You have so much power. Mongtai was surprised. I have big rights, my ass. It's Master Gu who has such a big face. The immortal crane car boss shook his head at once. Mongtai. Along the way, the crowd of brocade guards kept asking the immortal crane car owner about Guhai, and the owner was talking with a fluttering brow, as if it was a legendary novel, listening to the crowd of brocade guards exclaiming in astonishment, followed by excitement. That is the emperor, is our emperor. Mengtai listened all the way. The face is also more and more complex. Probing hand. Han took out another letter. Mengtai gently opened it. Mermeng, the royal casino of the 9 and 5 islands. We have all seen it. That spirit stone earning is a gold-swallowing beast. Mr. Meng does not give up. Our 6 island masters cooperate, ready to open a casino in the 1,000 Islands Sea that is bigger than the royal casino. Mermeng come to sit in the town. Take up 10% of the shares. How? How much is your salary if you follow Gu Hai? What can you do with that kind of money? As long as we cooperate, we will definitely be able to surpass Gu Hai's Casino Royale. Looking at the letter in his hand, Mengtai revealed a bitter smile. Surpass Gu Hai. You guys are really funny. You actually almost moved yourselves earlier. Tear, tear, tear. Mengtai probed his hand and tore this letter that he had carefully collected earlier. And after tearing it, he probed his hand and threw it, and the fragments flew with the wind. My lord, a brocade guard looked at Mengtai curiously. Taking a deep breath, Mengtai said with a solemn expression, "Nothing. All of you tidy up your clothes. You will meet the emperor later. You shall not disgrace the emperor." "Yes," the crowd of brocade guards answered.